These are 17 tools that remove small points of friction on your desk, in your home, and in how you deal with everyday problems. Some are obvious. A few only make sense once you've used them. Like this compact electric screwdriver built for screws so small they feel borderline hostile. It's called the Mini Electric Precision Screwdriver, and it's designed for modern electronics. Not furniture, not drywall, not overkill. 3 torque levels handle delicate work without you thinking about it. The motor cuts out before you damage threads or crack plastic, which is the difference between a clean repair and something you pretend never happened. There's a shadow-free LED ring around the tip, so you can see what you're doing from any angle. And the magnetic bit set snaps together properly. No loose pieces, no digging through a drawer mid-job. In practice, this allows you to swap out SSD drives or fix your kid's broken toy easily, and you can grab it on Amazon right now. I've put the link to this one and to all the gadgets mentioned in the video in the description below. A lot of these Amazon finds aren't about power, they're about stacking convenience in places you normally wouldn't. Like this Bluetooth Beanie, for example, that has built-in headphones and an LED headlamp. Yes, it keeps your head warm. But then they decided to add wireless audio directly on top of your skull just to make sure your brain is getting blasted with radiation at all times, indoors and outdoors. Is that really necessary? You tell me. But here's where it works. The headphones are built in, so there are no wires snagging on jackets or zippers. The LED up front throws light up to 30 meters, far enough to actually see where you're going. And it's all USB rechargeable, so you're not swapping batteries or dealing with separate devices. Good for early mornings, late walks, or garage work when the overhead light somehow still isn't enough. It replaces a hat, earbuds, and a flashlight, all in one move. You do have to be comfortable with the idea of your beanie doing more than a beanie probably should, but if you are, then this next gadget makes a lot more sense. This is a 65-watt robot fast charger. It delivers enough power for laptops, phones, and tablets without turning your desk into a pile of charger bricks. You get 2 USB-C ports and 1 USB-A, all running fast charge at the same time. The face lights up and changes expression, which gives it a presence. You can tell at a glance when something's pulling power or when it's done, without checking screens or indicators. And the magnetic feet keep it anchored to metal surfaces so it doesn't slide every time you unplug a cable. All of that in a body roughly the size of an AirPods case, but with enough output to replace a full-size charger brick. Speaking of bricks, this is a 4-in-1 laser level with dust-free drilling. Smooth transition, I know, but it does solve a real problem. You stick it to the wall, project clean laser lines, and align whatever you're mounting without second-guessing yourself. Pictures, shelves, fixtures, everything starts straight, which is most of the battle. The difference is the drilling system. Built-in vacuum suction pulls dust as you drill, so you're not cleaning drywall powder off the floor or out of your lungs afterward. It sounds small, but it removes frustration and changes how willing you are to actually finish the job. The 10-hour battery runs long enough to handle full weekend projects, and once it's locked in place, every hole lands exactly where it should. No measuring twice, no stepping back, no fixing it later. It turns hanging things from a guessing game into something you actually enjoy. More or less. Okay, pictures are hanging straight on the wall. Now you actually have to take more of them, and that's where this gadget comes in. This is a magnetic iPhone SSD with up to 2 terabytes of external storage built specifically for video work. It supports ProRes 4K recording at 60 frames per second with transfer speeds up to 990 megabytes per second, so footage writes in real time instead of bottlenecking. There's an active cooling fan built in to keep performance stable during long recording sessions, and a front LCD display that shows storage usage and connection status without guessing. Power passes through USB-C, so the phone stays charged while you're recording. It also adds fingerprint security, so footage stays locked without slowing access. In practice, the specs matter because they remove the one thing that kills momentum: storage anxiety. You shoot longer, transfer faster, and don't stop to manage files while the moment's still happening. Storage is handled, now we move back to where the work actually happens. This is a smart LED table lamp built as a 4-in-1 setup: lighting, speaker, alarm clock, and wireless charging, without turning your desk into a gadget pile. The lighting is fully adjustable through the app, so you can dial in brightness and color temperature depending on whether you're working, winding down, or just trying not to torch your eyes at night. It's even glare-free and controlled, not decorative noise. Built into the base is 360-degree surround sound, which means it replaces the small desk speaker you probably already have. There's also wireless phone charging and a gentle wake-up alarm that ramps light instead of jolting you awake. In practice, it's about reducing clutter, just like this next gadget. The Anker 5-in-1 USB-C hub fixes your laptop's limited port problem in one move. You get HDMI output for a 4K display, USB-A ports for peripherals, and USB-C power delivery, all running at the same time. File transfers run at 5 gigabits per second, external monitors just work, and the laptop still charges at full speed instead of throttling. No adapters stacked on adapters, no choosing which device gets plugged in. And it's Anker, so you know the quality is solid. It's small enough to disappear in a bag, but once it's connected, the setup stops feeling compromised. From here, the question isn't ports anymore, it's focus. This is the TickTime Pomodoro timer. You flip it to start a session, 3, 5, 10, up to 30 minutes. No apps, no screens, no notifications pulling you sideways. Time is visible, physical, and contained. Alerts can be sound, vibration, or completely silent, so it works whether you're alone or in a room with other people. It charges over USB-C and disappears when you're not using it. If you're not using a Pomodoro timer for your work sessions, you're missing out on productivity. This is giving your attention edges again, helps you master your time like a pro. And once you're actually focused, you need the phone out of your hands. This is where the steel gooseneck phone holder comes in. It has a steel body construction with shock-absorbing joints, which means the arm stays where you put it even when you're tapping the screen or moving around. The one-click release makes it stupid easy to snap your phone in and out, and the flexible arm lets you set the angle once and it holds. For calls, filming, watching, whatever you're doing, hands-free. It's built to stay put, which is still surprisingly rare. What's even more surprising is that you haven't hit that like button yet. So go ahead and give it a like if you found the video helpful so far. And don't be lazy and subscribe as well for weekly, honest, no BS reviews of the coolest gadgets that matter to you the most. Now, all of that gear means one thing: dust. Not a problem if you have this high-speed electric air duster. It spins up to 380,000 RPM, pushing serious air without expensive air cans, chemicals, or running out halfway through the job. 4 speed modes handle everything from keyboards to PC internals, and the built-in LED lets you actually see what you're clearing out. Storm mode handles the really stubborn stuff. It's rechargeable, cordless, and small enough to live in a drawer. After clearing dust out of everything, the next thing that usually dies first is your coffee. This is a 36-watt smart mug warmer with 3 temperature presets: 176, 150, and 130 degrees Fahrenheit, so your drink stays exactly where you want it instead of slowly going cold. There's a built-in timer that auto shuts off anywhere between 2 and 12 hours, so it doesn't just sit there cooking nothing all day. The LED display shows the exact temperature in real time, and the 5.2-inch heating plate is large enough to handle pretty much any mug you actually use. In practice, it means you pour a cup once and keep working, instead of reheating half-finished coffee over and over again. When you're traveling, packing shirts is easy. Keeping them looking decent is the part that usually falls apart. This is a handheld garment steamer designed for exactly that situation. It heats up in 15 seconds and delivers up to 10 minutes of continuous steam, which is enough to fix shirts, jackets, and lightweight suits without setting up an iron or hunting for an ironing board in a hotel room. It works at any angle, so you can steam a shirt while it's hanging instead of laying everything out. The steam is strong enough to relax wrinkles without soaking the fabric, which matters when you're trying to get dressed and leave. It's compact, lightweight, and easy to pack. Perfect for travel when it's less about perfection and more about not looking like you slept in your clothes. Once you're dressed and out the door, the next problem usually isn't how you look. It's realizing something important isn't where it's supposed to be. This is a Tile Slim wallet tracker. It's thin enough to slide into a wallet, passport holder, or travel sleeve without changing how anything feels. From there, it pairs with your phone, so you can ring it instantly when it disappears into a jacket, a bag, or somewhere it shouldn't be. If it's actually gone, you can see its last known location through the Life 360 app, and it taps into a wider network that gives it a chance of being found even when you're not nearby. There's also an SOS feature, which adds a layer of safety without turning it into a panic device. It's not about tracking for fun. It's about removing that moment where you stop everything, panic creeps in, and you start checking your pockets like your body just glitched in public. Once you're not worried about losing things, you start paying attention to the space you're coming back to. This is a set of smart smart LED strip lights running 32.8 feet, divided into 50 individually controllable segments. That segmentation lets you shape light instead of flooding the room with one color. There are 64 preset scene modes, full app control, and Alexa and Google integration. So once it's set up, it runs hands-free. The strips are cuttable, which means they fit the space you actually have, shelves, desks, cabinets, without forcing a layout. The light itself is even and spot-free, which is what keeps it from looking cheap. You're not lighting the room for attention, you're setting depth, boundaries, and tone.
Once the room looks the way you want it, the mess that's left is usually the one on the floor: cables. This is a 4-in-1 fast-charging cable designed to replace the handful you're probably carrying right now. One end covers USB-C and USB-A, the other handles USB-C and Lightning, so it charges your MacBook, iPhone, Nintendo Switch, or Samsung tablet without swapping cables. It supports up to 240 watts of power delivery, which is enough to fast-charge laptops to 96% in under 40 minutes. And it handles data transfer at the same time, so it's not a power-only cable you have to replace later. The cable is thick silicone, flexible, and doesn't tangle no matter how badly you treat it. The RGB indicator confirms power is flowing the moment you plug in. In practice, it means one cable on the desk, one in the bag, and you stop thinking about it altogether. While you're fixing cable and battery problems, your toothbrush is quietly gathering bacteria in the bathroom. The Brill UVC toothbrush sanitizer takes care of that. It uses UVC light to kill up to 99.9% of bacteria in about 3 minutes, which matters when a toothbrush lives in a damp room and gets reused twice a day. You drop the brush in, close it, and it handles the rest automatically. It mounts magnetically, fits different brush sizes, even electric ones, and runs on USB recharging, so there are no batteries to replace. There's also a travel case, which makes it useful outside the house instead of being another countertop gadget. In practice, it removes one more thing you don't want to think about first thing in the morning.
Like your phone's drained battery. This is the Anker 647 charging station, a 10-in-1 power strip built for how desks actually function now. You get 6 AC outlets, 2 built-in retractable USB-C cables, 1 USB-C port, and 1 USB-A port, all in a single unit. Total USB output is up to 100 watts, enough to charge laptops, phones, tablets, and accessories at the same time without throttling. The retractable cables are the real advantage. Pull them out when you need them, and they disappear when you don't, so the desk stays clean without cable management rituals. Anker's Active Shield 2.0 monitors temperature continuously, keeping power stable instead of letting things overheat over time. It's designed for home offices, shared workspaces, or anywhere everything ends up plugged in at once. And speaking of home offices, check out this video to see 5 gadgets you need today if you work from home.